During a work-related phone call with a Supreme Master television team member on July 27, 2021, Supreme Master Qinghai graciously took time to answer some questions regarding a few current events. As it was spontaneous, we didn't record the conversation properly, thus it is not suitable for airing. We sincerely apologize and offer our respected viewers this summary, along with a voiceover reading of the transcribable parts from Master's replies. Following were a few of the highlights.
In California, a law called Proposition 47 requires some certain serious crimes to be charged as less serious ones, with the consequence that criminals are openly committing acts of theft without fear of prosecution. For example, one would have to steal over $950 of goods from a store to commit a felony, and thus have the police be interested in arresting the suspect. Below this amount, it is a misdemeanor and not considered worth the time of the police and prosecutors to arrest and convict the individual. What does Master think of this law?
Master answered that even misdemeanors, meaning minor crimes like theft, are unlawful and could lead to worse, more serious felonies.
Investigators say Joseph Espinoza and his accomplices pulled up in an SUV trying to rob Nick and his friend as they stood outside, before Espinoza allegedly fired several shots.
He was shot in the back of the head, running away.
Just hours before the deadly shooting, Fresno police say officers found Espinoza and his friend Jose Figueroa in a room at Motel 6 on North Blackstone. They arrested Figueroa on gun charges and found methamphetamine on Espinoza.
But instead of being booked into jail for a felony, under Proposition 47, he was issued a misdemeanor citation for that charge.
Prop 47 did kill my son.
Thus, governments should not be encouraging lawless behavior, which might cause other states or countries' people to think that misdemeanors are acceptable. Also, after the California law was implemented, many small businesses and people have suffered from an increase in thefts. In some worst cases, businesses were forced to close, maybe due to fear of attack and loss of income. Master said this is not right, and so she does not agree with this law. In Master's words,
they cannot, just because the prison is full, tell people to go out and steal. That is against society's principle. That will lower people's dignity and create a chaotic, unsafe living environment. You cannot just live freely, stealing people's property like that. And then in the meantime, you're even defunding the police, telling people to not buy guns and all that. No wonder crime soared up, because it is all contradictory, as they have to pay taxes, have to pay their employees insurance, bonuses, vacations, etc.
Right.
They also have their families, children to take care of too. They must pay for all kinds of insurance, mortgages, school fees, and hundreds of other things. The government is responsible for the poor, not shoving this burden to private citizens who already contribute for this through tax payment. How can they live being robbed any time without protection from the police and authorities?
Yeah.
On top of that, they're not allowed to have guns for defense. Not that I support guns, but the poor, hapless people will be forced to resort to this means of defense, thus create a more beyond control, violent society. It's absolutely against logic, morals, and any society's safety standard. I hope they will change this harmful law. I mean, people have to survive.
Yeah.
I mean the good people, the hardworking kind.
That's right.
The backbone of society. Shop owners risking their capital to open a business. They must earn their money. And if the shop's items are always being stolen like that, the business will be out. Then consequently, the employees, the good kind of people, will be fired. And then he has no money, and then what to do? Copy that thief.
Yeah.
Maybe because they have no job, or maybe because they say, oh, what the heck, why not?
Yeah.
They work very hard, and that guy who does nothing can come in and take everything he likes. Why the heck I don't do the same? See what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's a very bad example. It has this very bad reputation for whatever county of the United States or state or country. You cannot teach people to be immoral and bad and then expect the whole nation to be safe and sound, especially the USA, the country that people look up to. Imagine being called the country of thieves. What an honorable name for its citizens.
Yeah.
Walgreens has already closed some stores in San Francisco, citing theft problems, and last week confirmed it's closing another location in Oakland due to ongoing organized retail crime.
They should solve the economic problem, not just avoid the crowded prisons. Or playing the good guy, caring not about how hardworking taxpayers must face hardship, danger daily, fending for themselves in a fearful, lawless country. Make other prisons different from them. Let them all work there and work in the garden.
Yes.
Even plant vegetables, make an organic farm, plant and sell.
Yes.
And enjoy. We're having shortages of food at present due to the climate, COVID, and tons of other reasons. So let them contribute, not burden their countrymen and make bad examples for others, especially for the youth.
The food produced here actually goes back in to feed inmates and can feed staffs. And the inmates are actually doing the work, too. They're doing all the hard work out here.
Corrections officials believe this farm is a great training ground for inmates who may pursue agricultural work after their release. Also, between crop production and a composting project, this facility saves taxpayers about $400,000 a year.
In Finland, many detainees are sent to low-security facilities where they interact with the local community, have jobs, and prepare a smooth return to society.
About one-third of the prisoners work outside for the National Forestry Commission. Others work in civilian jobs, as long as they have authorization. And the rest work here on site.
Part of that site is the prison farm.
Do you think a prison like this will stop you committing crime in the future?
Oh yeah, it's good, the system here. It's good because they treat you different. They want you to be a better person for the future, you know. So they give you opportunities.
Every indicator shows that, yes, it works better.
With some of the lowest rates of crime and incarceration in Europe, prison reformers often look to Finland as an example.
We take the freedom from them, but when they are here, we try to help them to get better citizens.
Inmates have a normal work week, giving them routine and responsibilities, training to be car mechanics, and graphic designers in a state-of-the-art studio.
From the city hall, we're getting jobs from them.
Learning skills like restaurant prep, where they're trusted to handle knives, can help them get jobs on the outside.
Before I think more like a criminal, but now I start to think more like a normal guy, you know.
Any other questions?
Thank you, yes. The United States House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has created a special committee of House members to investigate the January 6, 2021 protest incident at the U.S. Capitol. Republicans have generally opposed the committee's formation, and Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy has criticized the committee's membership as none of his picks for the committee were selected by Ms. Pelosi. Ms. Pelosi has chosen two Republicans as committee members, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger.
Oh, yeah, against Trump.
Yes.
They wanted to impeach him.
Right. However, as you said, both voted in favor of impeaching His Excellency Donald Trump after the incident. The other 7 committee members are Democrats.
Ah.
What does Master think of the formation of this committee?
What a surprise. I am surprised. Surprised that in a very supposed to be just and democratic society, it's a one-sided kind of judgment.
Yes.
Just say, even a normal citizen, when he committed something wrong, they have a fair court.
Yeah.
And if they don't even have money to hire a lawyer, the government even offers a lawyer for him or her. That was like that in America.
Yes.
But in President Trump's case, it's completely different, completely opposite to democracy. Without any lawyers, police even. In his old age, without friends, he could not bear it. You can see already. Why bother making a committee? Just to write it all down, he's all guilty, he's bad, whatever. Like they have been saying all these years already. They even criticize, they call him bad names. They even call him bad names by his skin color or his hair or weight or whatever. Oh, it's a terrible example of society.
Yes, Master.
They don't even respect his constitutional position as head of state. He's one of the elected, legally, fairly, correctly.
Yeah.
It's not a fair trial. You can see it already.
Right.
What's the use of the trouble of making a committee?
Yeah.
Just to make themselves a laughingstock again for the global elites? It was the Speaker of the House. She refused and neglected to provide extra security on that day, though she had been reminded by President Trump and warned by others. And now they blame Trump, all blaming him. It's not fair. And the Democrats make a bad reputation for themselves with witch-hunting tactics like this. Everybody can see it's one-sided and unfair.
Master continued to shed light on this problem and its impact on the American nation. Then, the conversation about the United States turned to the recent show on Supreme Master Television about the first United States President, His Excellency George Washington. When Master was sent the program about President Washington for perusal, she had such a nostalgic feeling.
I'm thinking to become an American citizen. Feels like my own race.
Yeah.
He treated his enemy with love, you know, and respect. Oh, and that touched me a lot. That's why I love the country so much. Even just the clip that you have, I felt, I don't know, I just watched it again and again. It's something I cannot explain.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to become an American citizen, to safeguard her from whoever tries to hurt her, as if shielding a child from any bully. No, seriously, I was kind of taking sides, feeling sorry for the Americans. Siding with President Washington, siding with the Americans. But consider my age already, what am I to do? Just had a strong kind of desire at that time while watching.
Right, yeah.
And it still keeps lingering.
We are grateful for our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai's shared insights, as well as her straightforward, loving advice for governments. May all leaders and citizens alike uphold fair and noble principles, thus helping to preserve the moral dignity of our human race. We wish cherished Master to continue her noble work in peace and robust health, with the forever loyal assistance of all high heavens. For the full broadcast of this work-related phone call with Supreme Master Ching Hai, please tune in to Between Master and Disciples on Friday, August 6, 2021.